You mentioned Cain Velasquez. As you know, I'm a huge MMA fan as well. And I'm a big fan of Cain Velasquez. So the fact that you've got a chance to hang out with him and talk to him one-on-one in person, what kind of cat is that guy? Because to me, he just seems like he was the born to fight, the perfect human being to go into an octagon and whip people's ass. The guy is just a phenomenon.
You know, he's very shy, and like if you talk to him, you know, he'll be cool and you can have a good conversation with him. But he's the kind of a guy, you know, you sit with somebody, and my impression is the guy is always thinking, and I don't know what he's thinking about. I don't know if it's family. I don't know if it's the fight. I think it's the fight, but it's like I think that he's one of these guys who's like it's like he's programmed to where, like, they set up a luncheon with us 2 months before the fight. So we're out there, and I'm talking to him, and I mean, it's like you can see there's this guy. He's focused. I don't know what he's focused on, but he's focused, and I think it's on the game plan for the fight and I think that he's, you know, I mean, he trains like a maniac.
Right.
I mean, it's like he's this programmed machine. You know, is what it's almost like in the sense that I've never seen him get mad.
Ever seen him laugh? Does he have a sense of humor?
No, I mean, not so much. Right. It's just he's very dry. He's very shy. He's got that amateur wrestler thing, you know, with that like the Division I amateur wrestlers, but not the crazy. You know, there's the crazy kind, and then there's the focused, intense. So he's the focused, intense guy, but probably more than anyone I've ever seen.
You know, the thing I like about him is I just know that when he goes out there, he's going to give his absolute best. And if I'm paying, $55, $60, I want the guy's best. He's not the kind of guy that's got to go out there and cut, a Chael Sonnen type promo to get me interested in the fight, which is what Chael did for me, back the first time when he fought Anderson Silva. And I mean, it was just, he's a promo machine. If I just know Cain Velasquez is going in there to do business with JDS or any of these other cats, that's all I want from that guy. Just because I appreciate watching him work. My stunt double met him a long time ago, Paul Lazenby, who does some MMA announcing. You know Paul, okay, good friend of mine. And so he was sitting in the bus besides Cain, and he shook his hand and introduced himself. And when Paul shook Cain's hand, he could feel these bones just kind of crackle and crumble in Cain's hand, and he had broken his hand that night. And so he just kind of looks at Paul with, no look of worry or no even hint of pain. He goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you I broke my hand tonight." So, things just don't seem to bother that guy like they would bother another human being.
He's just incredibly focused. I mean, I saw him, train, and this was right after he'd blown out his knee, and it was before the JDS fight that he lost because he had the blown out knee. And, he didn't let anyone know that he blew out the knee. And I had talked to him, it was probably 10 days before the fight. And he's out there, and he's, doing his training, and he's doing the bike forever and ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like when people said he blew his knee, it's like I saw him do the bike forever and ever. And it's like he did it on a blown out knee.
Right.
He tried his best. I mean, it was like that was too much for him, was fighting on that knee, especially because of the wrestling.
Does UFC know how to push this guy? Do they know what they have? I saw recently, now I guess it's probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, he made an appearance. I guess it was on Fox NFL, and Brian Urlacher was out there, and Jay Glazer brought Cain Velasquez out. And did you see that when
I didn't see that.
Yeah, Jay Glazer was kind of like, get them to kind of go at each other a little bit, kind of stir the pot a little bit. And of course, Brian Urlacher was doing his thing. He didn't want no part of Cain, but Cain just kind of, he had a little bit of a sheepish look on his face because, I mean, it seems that he's just a real nice guy. But the situation, and Glazer's good at what he does. He knows MMA, he knows football, he's very connected, but it was just a very uncomfortable moment. It's like, just bring Cain out there and just let him shake Brian's hand and say, he happens to like a little bit of football. He's the baddest human being on 2 feet right now, and let it be what it is. It was very uncomfortable. And so I wonder, some people say, well, is he the drawing card that, Brock Lesnar was?
Well, he can't. He's not going to be. I mean, it's different.
But you've got to find a way. You've got to find a better way. You can find a way to push that guy. And, I just think that they need to work a little bit better on, letting us know exactly who Cain Velasquez is. Because if he's a shark, I'm cool with knowing he's a shark. They're going to get my money every time he fights.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing is that his conditioning is absolutely freakish for a guy that size. And I mean, you could tell it. That's really how he wins the fights, in the sense is that he just out cardios the other guy, and the guy sooner or later he's just going to break from the pace.
He out cardios, but Jesus Christ, I mean, there's a lot of ass whooping going on while he's out cardioing the guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Because
he
goes forward and he never stops. And most guys, especially a 5-round fight, especially a heavyweight, when you're going in a 5-round fight, you're thinking I got to make sure I got the gas at the end. And he's going out there 100 miles an hour, just throwing everything he's got from the start, because he's got the confidence that even if I get tired, I know the other guy's going to be more tired than me, so it's okay.
Right. But he can take a shot too. I mean, he's got a chin.
He's got a chin, but he can be hit, which actually maybe...
No, yeah, he can be hit, but I mean, he can take a hell of a punch, as we say.
No, he recovers well. He's got, if he's got a weakness though, it's that he can be hit. I mean, his wrestling is really, really good, but the whole thing is his stand-up is really good. I mean, he outstruck Junior Dos Santos, who's the best boxer in the heavyweight division. So it's really strong there, and the key's the cardio though, really.